From terrific teachers to inventive engineers, for the next half hour, we've got you covered with the latest and greatest news taking place in Duvall schools.
Welcome to a new episode of Rail School. I'm Jacob Pinkney.
And I'm Adriana Sorensen. Here's what's ahead. Watch as hundreds of students take it to the street, all in the name of school spirit. We'll reveal which Duvall school put on a show-stopping parade right in the heart of their community.
Plus, these NBA legends are scoring big points in this Duvall County Middle School. Find out why these Hall of Famers were in town and stopped to visit a group of excited students.
And I'm Brianna Tawicha, and we've got not one, but two teacher surprises you don't want to miss. They're amazing stories coming right up.
There's a great show in store for you. Class is in session, so let's get to our top story.
It's a science lesson unlike any other. It involves 4 lifesavers, 3 straws, 2 paper clips, and 1 big finish.
Real School reporter Jada Sevilla joins us now with the story. Jada?
Hi guys! It's not that often that elementary and middle schoolers get to learn in the same classroom. But now, thanks to a new initiative, these students made a discovery they'll never forget. This may not look like a science lesson, or even sound like a science lesson. But with every big breath these students take, they're gaining a greater knowledge of science and engineering too.
It's good because they work together, they help each other, and in the process they learn.
Before these students were grounded in learning about science, they were welcomed by some very special guests.
And this is what science is really about.
This gathering is part of a brand new initiative called Discover Duvall Schools. 5th graders from White House Elementary took a special trip to their feeder pattern school, Stillwell Middle School. They got a closer look into the lives and learning styles of some 8th graders. Mayor Alvin Brown joined in on the fun. So did school board member Paula Wright, a Stillwell alum, and this chemical engineer with DuPont Corporation.
They will give that formula to me and then I'll pass it on.
With that, students traded in their textbooks for hands-on engineering work.
We had to use 4 lifesavers, 3 straws, and 2 paper clips and a lot of tape.
Their task was to create a puffmobile, a moving vehicle powered only by the puff of their breaths. But here's the trick. Students weren't given any instructions. It was up to them to apply scientific principles to come up with the best puffmobile possible.
Well, my heart swells with pride. I'm seeing my students turned into children again. I like that we're linking these particular applications to real-life experiences and people to come in and tell them how they can move this forward into careers in the real world. That's what education's about.
They're learning, like on this for example, they're learning that the tape could create friction or drag, and so then they have to readjust it. It's a great learning experience for them. So this is the way to go.
In no time, students realized learning can be fun.
It's been good because I didn't know I can do it.
Once they finished their puffmobiles, it was time to show what they were made of, with races.
Get ready, set, blow.
Come on, go! Look at them go! The winners got some sweet prizes. But at the end of the day, this wasn't about prizes. It was about a memorable and educational experience.
I see that throughout the 5th grade year when they do the hands-on like this, they come back years later and they don't forget. This is what ignites a love for science in their lives.
These discoveries aren't just for students. Each month, community members are also getting the chance to take field trips to our schools and learn about innovative instruction. For more information, just head to our website, duvallschools.org, and click on the Discover Duvall icon on the front page. That sounds pretty fun. Back to you guys.
What a cool story. Thanks, Jada.
It's now time to take a trip to the oldest, newest high school. A little bit of rain didn't keep hundreds of students and parents from gathering at Robert E. Lee High School. The special occasion? The completion of a $35 million renovation project. A group of special guests came to celebrate, including our superintendent, Dr. Nikolai Viti, board vice chair Becky Couch, former board member Tommy Azuri, and formerly principal Dr. Denise Hall. In fact, they were all part of the big moment we were all waiting for, the ribbon cutting. Afterward, parents and students were given the chance to roam the halls and to check out the new additions to the school, including new computer and science labs and a newly renovated 110,000 square foot building.
We've had everything from floorboards pulled up with literally dirt underneath. One day during pre-planning, the basement flooded and the sump pump stopped, and we had to hurry through our preschool agenda so that they could get us out of there before the water hit the electrical box. And it's exciting. It's almost watching a child grow up, and I feel like that's what it is. It's my child's all grown up here.
This special tour took place the same night of the school's open house, so parents also had the opportunity to meet and greet guests, teachers, and staff. Congratulations, Robert E. Lee.
She spent 30 years serving students as a teacher and as a reading coach. We are remembering her now. This year, Duvall Schools dedicated its Read for the Record campaign to the memory of Lisa Wells, who passed away earlier this year. The former teacher at Pickett Elementary led the district's Read for the Record campaign for years.
On occasion, he would chase a rabbit or play Ring Around the Rosie with the ducks to the sound of his steady put, puff, puttity, chuck.
Guest reader Rachel Vitti helped to honor Wells by reading to kindergarten students in a special garden dedicated to Wells' memory. Vitti is an educator and wife of Dr. Nikolai Vitti. Read for the Record is a national event that aims to get as many students and adults across the country reading at the same time in one day.
I really enjoy connecting with the kids, and especially in the setting that we were in today. It was a heartfelt moment, and it was nice reconnecting. And early literacy is key. We know that if kids are on track before they get to third grade, then their success rate is improved.
Rachel Vitti wasn't the only special guest at this event. Lisa Wells' husband, Sam, also came to the school to honor his late wife. This year's Read for the Record book, Otis, was specially dedicated to her memory and her work.
Reading isn't an activity meant for just one day or one event. According to our superintendent, it's a year-round priority.
Real School anchor Desiree Lee joins us with Dr. Nikolai Vitti.
Thanks, guys. Reading has always been a high priority in the district, and it's important at every grade level. Thanks so much for joining us, Dr. Vitti.
Thank you.
Your lovely wife talked to us about early learning and reading during her visit to Pickett Elementary. You're both educators, so what's significant about early education to you?
Early literacy is important because we know that when students come at the early learning ready to learn and they have their foundations in reading and math then the rest of the elementary, middle, and high school experience becomes easier. A lot of times the difficulty that children have with pure content areas is they're not reading at grade level, they don't have the foundations regarding math skills. So ensuring that foundation is laid just leads to more success for our children, and we know that when we talk about the achievement gap is non-existent at birth, and it expands over the year. So if our kids are more ready by the time they start kindergarten and move into third grade, they'll be more successfully academically, and we won't be having to go backwards on fundamental skills that they should have moving forward.
The district has made some changes in testing to help identify areas of reading deficiency in students. How does this support teachers and students?
Well, I think it goes back to the emphasis on early learning. If we know exactly why kids are not reading at grade level, and when I say grade level, I'm saying as early as pre-kindergarten, then if we know why they're not reading, then we can provide the right kind of support and intervention so students are on track and where they should be. And if we intervene sooner, they're more likely to have the foundations set for reading and math, and therefore more likely to be at grade level as they continue through the school years and then reach their academic potential.
What's the value and benefit in events like Read for the Record?
I think it promotes the importance of literacy. The foundation of an education is literacy, and when the community rallies behind literacy and in events like that, it recognizes that all the work and the burden of moving children to being at grade level in reading is not just on the teacher, but it involves parents and the greater community. So the more events that we have like that, it promotes the importance of literacy, but that everyone plays a role in the community to ensuring that children are at grade level.
Thanks so much for joining us, Dr. Vitti.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, we can't forget that parents play an important part in helping their students develop a love for reading. Parents are encouraged to make sure their child spends 30 minutes a day reading. Jacob and Adriana, back to you guys.
Thanks, Desiree.
We've got more great stories ahead on Real School.
Watch as a Windy Hill teacher receives a huge payoff. We'll have the big reveal and her reaction in just minutes.
Coming up, we'll show you a school that's marching to the beat of its own drums in this hometown homecoming parade. Keep it right here. Real School will be right back.
Success doesn't happen overnight.
You think we were handed a trophy?
We earned it.
9 times.
9 times. You want it bad enough?
Go get it. Go get it. Undefeated state champions.
Being a champ takes hard work.
It begins with educational excellence for every one of us.
Every one of us.
On the court, in the classroom, year-round.
All day.
Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day.
Keep your head in the game.
about a grand entrance, you're looking at two NBA greats, Artis Gilmore and Rick Barry. Gilmore and Barry were recently in town for an NBA exhibition game and made a special visit to Eugene Butler Middle School alongside Mayor Alvin Brown.
And it didn't take much to get this crowd pumped up. The Basketball Hall of Famers took time to interact with students and faculty and also sign autographs. I can think of a Duvall teacher who's also pretty good at shooting hoops. He's one of two terrific teachers earning big points.
The other teacher received a big gift worth over $1,500. Real School reporter Brianna Tewicha is joining us with the details. Hi, Brianna.
Hi guys, you always hear people say that hard work pays off. For these two teachers, that's exactly what happened. Their payoffs came in the form of two big surprises. It was the perfect day for a special delivery.
My initial reaction was, really? Is this for real?
That's Dewitt Robinson. He's a history teacher at Andrew Jackson High School who had an ambitious goal to score new laptops for his students. At a cost of just over $10,000, Robinson knew he needed to raise money. So he decided to hold a shoot-a-thon to raise money. Check out these photos. He spent hours on the court in hopes of raising money. Robinson's fundraiser was covered by the local media and attracted the attention of Jay and Diane Higbee.
We felt compelled to assist Mr. Robinson. We saw that he was going the extra mile to educate his students, and we wanted to be a part of that.
So what did the Higbees do? They got in touch with Robinson and told him they would buy enough computers for his class. Pretty impressive, right? District 4 board member Paula Wright thinks so.
As a board member, I am so humbled, I am so touched that until today, strangers felt the need to help students they've never seen, they've never met.
It's overwhelming. The children from what DeWitt told me, don't have laptops in the home. These kids don't have that allowance, and so it's overwhelming for the Higbees and even myself to be a small part.
We know this contribution will go a long way to improve learning. Great job, guys. But now, let's talk about another amazing teacher over at Windy Hill Elementary.
This is a Dave A. Better from Office Max.
Wow.
We appreciate everything you do.
Oh my goodness.
That's Christina Main, and what you're looking at is another incredible delivery. Office Max rewarded her with over $1,500 worth of school supplies as part of their annual A Day Make Better campaign. School principal Calvin Reddick says he's nominated Main for the surprise because he says she always goes above and beyond.
She's simply a phenomenal teacher. At the end of the school year, and at a time when I really needed teachers to step up, she came to me and she volunteered to loop with her class from 2nd grade to 3rd grade so that she could continue the success with the class.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Let's take a look at her supplies.
Oh my goodness. She gets a camera, she gets a camera. Oh wow. That is fantastic.
She has bubble wrap.
Oh my goodness.
Maine got everything from a digital camera, a Kindle reader, and lots of school supplies to support students year-round.
Nice. I was completely shocked walking into the room, seeing these huge boxes and the chairs and all the people. I just went speechless.
It's a big thing for me personally. My mom's been a teacher, so I know how much work there's involved and how much money she spent buying supplies throughout the years. And it's by far my happiest day to come to work.
It is definitely a huge help. We are constantly looking around for help for supplies. We spend a lot of money out of our own pockets trying to purchase the things that we need for the students to be successful. So anytime that we get a donation like this, it's a huge help.
Thank you, Office Max. Hey guys, do you think they loaned me some of those goodies? I'm just kidding. Congratulations to Mr. Robinson and Miss Main. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Brianna. Those teachers are very deserving, don't you think, Jacob?
They really are, Adriana. Congratulations to them for their dedication to their work and their students. Okay, we're in our final stretch of Real School.
We're giving you the scoop on our brand new hosts. Stay tuned to find out more about our spectacular students and what schools they represent.
And I'm Patrick Wright. I'm sitting down for one more interview with Dr. Nikolai Vitti. You don't want to miss it. Don't change the channel. Real School will be right back.
I remember being a student at Terry Parker High School. I made good friends and participated in everything from intramural sports to the National Honor Society. Being the co-captain of the debate team taught me more than anything. I learned how to look at all sides of an issue. My teachers showed passion in every classroom, every day, and showed me the joy of learning. I'm the former mayor of Jacksonville and current president of the University of North Florida. I'm John Delaney, a proud graduate of Duvall Schools.
Students at Baldwin Middle Senior High are literally marching to the beat of their own drum. You're looking at video from their annual homecoming parade. Everyone from students to teachers to community members took part in the hometown celebration.
As you can imagine, a parade like this takes a lot of work and a lot of creativity. Real School reporter Jesse Rhodes is here with the story behind the celebration. Jesse?
Guys, I don't know about you, but I love a good parade. And this one has all the makings of a great one. Great floats, great students, and great spirit. Welcome to Baldwin Middle Senior High, home of the Fighting Indians, and also a popular tradition. The annual homecoming parade. Check out the processional coming down Main Street. And what would a parade be without spectators? Police closed down the street so that men and women of the community could sit in their chairs and then take in the sights and sounds of this festive celebration.
I've never experienced a high school homecoming quite like this.
9th grade English teacher Karen Norris says that what makes this parade pretty cool is that each grade level came up with a theme.
This school's theme for homecoming was Baldwin's Got Game. So each class and organization picked a game to theme their halls and their decorations and their floats for the parade.
I can see that theme loud and clear. I bet that took a lot of work. Let's ask these ladies.
We worked on it for about a month. It just brings everyone closer together. It was definitely worth it. I know everyone watching was going to have a great time because I know I am.
If you look closely, you'll realize it isn't just middle and high school students who are participating in the parade. Here's a group of students from Mamie Agnes Jones Elementary School, looking sharp. And we can't forget the principal, Dr. Denise Hall, who served as the Grand Marshal in that sweet convertible. It was pretty clear that everyone was having a good time, whether they were in the parade or watching with curbside seats.
This helps them belong to the school and learn to belong to the community, and they take this with them when they leave. And they can take these skills on to college and learn how to show school spirit and how to really be a part of a group.
What a great parade! I'm thinking next year they could use a real school float. I sure would love to ride in that convertible, wouldn't you guys?
Jesse, I'd love to take part in that parade. What a lot of great energy.
You know, Superintendent Vitti wants that same kind of enthusiasm throughout the district, and he's working to build it thanks to a new initiative. Real School anchor Patrick Wright has more.
Hi guys, it's called Every Voice. Each week, employees from different schools and departments are invited by the superintendent to participate in a roundtable discussion. Dr. Vitti, what made you want to engage in this type of conversation with district faculty and staff?
I think it's important to hear exactly from our employees on how things are working. I learn a lot from employees regarding what's working and what's not and what we need to do differently. And I think every leader needs to understand that you can have your own vision, but if that vision isn't shared by everyone in the organization, then it really just becomes your vision and you're doing things alone. And you need the opportunity to just create space to listen to people and refine your vision, to reflect on your vision, and every voice allows every employee to literally have a voice in what we're doing as a district and how we can improve. I think it improves morale and it lets people know that as superintendent, I want to hear people's opinion, even when it's something that may be controversial, maybe be something that I disagree with. But I think creating the space for that kind of transparency and that kind of conversation leads to creating a better district.
As you continue to hold these meetings, what do you want to learn about district morale?
Well, I want people to be honest with me. So sometimes meetings are held and superintendents want to talk to people and hear what they want to hear. And I'm the opposite. I'd like to hear good things, but if things aren't perfect, then I want to hear why they're not and why are people frustrated and what we can do differently. So the importance of the meeting is to truly give space to people to voice their concerns about what's happening, and by voicing their concerns, they'll feel, I think, empowered to know that the leader knows what's working and what's not. I think it also allows me to make better decisions that are linked to how people are feeling, and ultimately that leads to better morale. Voices are heard, and the issues that they're raising can be fixed and be solved and addressed, which obviously also contributes to higher morale.
We just saw a great example of this at Baldwin Middle Senior High School. Do our schools really have this type of morale?
I do. I think most do. I think morale is something that you have ebbs and flows. At some points it's really high after release of a school grade that's high, or right before graduation, or a big win in a sporting event, or someone's recognized as an employee or a teacher. So, and then morale declines when sometimes there's a death in the faculty, or a popular teacher leaves, or a principal is changed. I mean, many things influence morale, but I think in most schools morale is high, but there are pockets of schools or classrooms where morale is higher, and I think our intent is to create high morale across our entire district in all schools, in all classrooms, and that takes time. We have to recognize that in certain situations it's expected in morale to decline, but if we're able to create space for people to express themselves, to give their opinion, and be empowered to create the change that they want to see happening, then I do believe that morale can be as high as it was in that video clip for Baldwin Middle High School.
Thanks so much, Dr. Vitti, for joining us.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing Dr. Vitti again next time. For now, back to you in the studios.
Thanks, Patrick. Before we go, let's take some time and introduce ourselves. Everyone you've seen in today's episode was chosen as a host for this season of Real School.
We faced some pretty stiff competition too. This year, a record-breaking number of 80 students auditioned for the show, but only 7 could make it. This year, DCPS TV went with 4 high schoolers and 3 middle schoolers. In case you missed it, our middle school hosts are Brianna from Twin Lakes, Jada from La Villa, and Jesse from Kirby Smith.
And on the high school front, there's Adriana from Fletcher, Desiree from Stanton, Patrick from Darnell Cookman, and me, Jacob, from Wolfson.
That's it for us. Thanks for watching this episode of Real School.
From all of us with DCPS TV, have a great day, and we'll see you next month.
Okay. Sorry.
That sounds pretty fun. And we've got not 1, but 2 oh man, I've forgotten hand gestures.
What a great parade. I'm thinking next year they could use a real school float. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Smiling, you blink a couple times at a time, so we're good. And 3, 2.
That they should have moving forward. He'll edit it.
All right.
Hey, do you have a minute? I was thinking it's time for us to have that talk. You know, about what I need to do before I finish high school. I'll be walking across that stage and getting my diploma before you know it. And it's really important to me that we start planning now. That way I know what all of my options are. And I'm ready for my future. Actually, I think it'd be a really cool idea if we met with my school counselor, who can help us with everything we both need to know.
You know, you make a really good point, and the district is doing something new this year to help you out. We're setting aside time for counselors like me to meet with 10th graders and their parents or guardians. It's time for us all to get together to set goals for your graduation. But not just graduation, life after high school. So what will these meetings look like?
For starters, we're gonna get one of these. It's a personal graduation tracker. This lets me know what I need in order to graduate. You can see how many credits I've earned so far, what courses I'm in now, and you can even see my grade point average. Did you know that I need at least a 2.0 to graduate?
That's not all. The graduation tracker has information on my attendance, and it also lists out my test scores. These scores not only affect my graduation, but also whether I'm able to get into college. This is all really important because with this tracker, you'll be able to help me set the goals I need to earn my diploma and make sure I'm ready for what's next after graduation, like going to college, entering the workforce, or joining the military.
You're also going to get another handout. It's called Post-Secondary Milestones. It's meant to make sure you're doing everything you need to do as a 10th grader. For example, have you taken the PSAT yet? And have you checked if you're eligible for the Bright Future Scholarship? You'll also find out what you'll need to do to remain on track as an 11th grader and as a senior.
Finally, you'll also get one of these, a high school, college, and career resource guide with a lot of really great information and websites, like what are the promotion requirements I need to accomplish now in order to move up to the next grade? What are the tests I need to take to graduate? What websites are out there to help me with college and career planning? And what free resources are out there to help me prepare for the tests?
I'm really glad we're having this talk.
So am I.
Me too.
With your support and with the help of my school counselors, I know I'll be ready for my future.